Hi everyone, welcome to the Book Over, a little book club where we talk about books, especially the ones that give us book hangovers. I'm Sarah, and with me is Megan.
Hey everybody.
Today we are talking about Mad World by Hannah McBride.
Yes.
Yes.
A fellow Marylander.
And Megan was very excited about that. And
I was. There was like an Oriole hat mentioned. I'm like, yeah, Orioles.
Yeah. It took me a while to read this. I recently read it this summer. Megan's read it before. I've just seen so much hype for it. It just never got pushed up the list until I needed something to read. And I was like, I'm going to read this. And
I've been telling you to for a long time.
And I enjoyed the read. So we're talking about it.
I always feel like I recommend it for people that are looking for something like the Tate James and Eve trilogy. What's it called? Dark Legacy or something.
Yes.
Yes,
Oh my gosh, yes. It's very much like that. Yeah, it's a very,
and then also like a cross between that and Rydale Elite a little bit by Siobhan Davis.
Yeah.
I like to call it a cross between that.
That's good.
The overall series,
Right,
especially.
right. Yeah, that's a good
because we're just talking about
on the
one
second
right
book. I'm not finished. So that's why we're only doing the first book, because some of you might have only read the first book or want to revisit the first book or
want to try the first book.
Or just like listening to us talk about books.
Yeah.
So I really liked it. So you have Madison, and then really quick she finds out she has a twin kind of, and then they decide to swap places because Madison wants to, like,
she has a tough life. Her mom's addicted to drugs, she's working her butt off, and she's like, oh, it's sister. And the sister, do me a favor, it'll be great. The switcheroo. And it turns out
Parent Trap switcheroo that did not go as to planned.
No,
and
her twin disappears.
Twin disappears, and she ends up, supposedly in a fire and is dead. And she wanted to get to know her dad, and then she confesses with her dad that, she's actually the other one, and she has a fiance that is not nice to her until he is nice to her.
Because he doesn't realize, he thinks he's her twin, and you learn that the twin is just not nice. In this book, you find out that she's kind of, has her own agendas and whatnot. She planned this. She kind of set up her sister to be in this world that it wasn't that she just wanted to break. And there's like, they kind of restrict what she eats. There's a creepy man that her father is friends with that, like, it seems like her sister was having some kind of thing with. There's like a lot that comes up that she has to deal with that her sister did not prepare her for, let alone Ryan, her hot fiance.
Oh my gosh. Okay, is it bad? So we first meet Ryan, Maddie comes into her new room, and he, like, basically, like, not attacks her, but like pushes her down, and it's like, you're gonna play by my rules, no more shit from you. And I'm like, I found that so hot. And at first I'm like, he's really mean, and like, oh my gosh. But then I already got the vibe from the twin that she wasn't all good, and that stuff was happening. And so I was like, okay, but like, you don't know yet Ryan's side of the story. But I was like, instantly I knew I liked Ryan, and I was so team Ryan from the start. I was like, oh my gosh, like, you are it. I love it. And so
he's a good character.
He's a really good character. I think he's my favorite character in this book so far, or like, yes.
Can I speak on that? Because there are a lot of books that have potential to be reverse harem. I think we both talked about how we kind of wish that this was a reverse harem a few times, just like with both the books I said before, with the Tate Jamin Dark Legacy and with Rydale Elite. Or another good example is the Megan Brandy, what is it called? Book.
Brayshaw.
Could have been a reverse harem. And even like, there are just books where I end up liking the main character with someone different in the friend group more, and I find the main character to not be as like compelling and not my favorite. And I know you like your side characters, but in this I feel like he is like a worthy main character. Like, I wouldn't want her with any of the other guys.
No.
I'm still like Raven and Captain for the Megan Brandy book. Or Royce.
So for this one, like I'm more like team the leading lady in
Mm-hmm.
my books, and this time I'm way more team Ryan up to
Oh, he's
the
your. Oh,
ending of the book.
oh yeah.
Um,
The ending.
so it was really interesting because I liked her, getting to know her, but it was really interesting because as much as I do like her and I like who she is, and she's very kind, and um like she's just got this like personality where she cares about people and about doing the right thing, and it doesn't matter, like even if you have money you should still do the right thing and all this stuff. Like I love that about her. But like supposedly she's smart, right? They say she's book smart, but then
Mm-hmm.
some of the things, like I'm like, it's just, I book smart and street smart, right? And I think that's the thing, like she's not fully street smart because there's situations she gets in, or there's certain like clues, like people are saying, like, hey, your dad isn't as nice as you think he is, or I don't think he's really like that kind. Like that's wow, I wouldn't expect that from him, or like other things. And she's like, huh, and I'm like, and I get that in that situation, you want that new dad that you found to be like this amazing person because you've missed that. You haven't had a father like that. You haven't had that life.
And she's
There's
new
just,
to the world.
but
Yeah.
there's like a couple of times, like different things have happened where I'm like, sweetie,
You
so like,
sweet like a child.
yeah. And then there was just like a part where like, so we find out that Court, no, Ash had her apartment, her dorm like bugged. And that's how like Ryan and them found out who Maddie really was, right?
Which I like that they found that out. Like it didn't take a full book. I
Right.
really enjoyed that. Not only did the enemies to lovers not last that long, but like the secrets being revealed, that didn't last that long. I liked that that was revealed
Me too.
earlier on.
I like that too. But then my question is like, do we not think somebody else has the room bugged or under surveillance of some kind?
I'm gonna be honest with you, Sarah. When I first read it, I don't think that crossed my mind, and I think
Oh,
I'm a pretty savvy reader, so I'm kind of starting to feel like, why didn't I think that? I'm
because
usually pretty
I've been thinking
good.
that. I'm like, well, if one
It's
person
a good red
didn't
herring.
know, who else might have done this? Because obviously the twins been into stuff, and she has enemies, and she has like, and she has like her her father's
Mhm.
best friend.
Yeah. Oof.
Oh, I can't remember if that happens in the second book or the first book, so I won't say anything about that.
I think it's the first book.
Mm-mm. He's
Oh,
still around in the, yeah. Okay.
oh well.
No. Okay.
A lot of things happen in the
So
first book.
I do have to say that with the friends, like
Mhm.
Ash, Court, Lincoln, I love all
And
three of them, and I'm
and I
really,
love Bex too.
yeah. And so I want the two. I want Court and Lincoln with her. I really feel like she could use both of them,
Yes,
and
I
I
would
worry
love a
about Lincoln
menage.
turning into a I'm forgetting his name, Megan, from Fallen Crest, the brother, Logan. I feel
Logan.
like I'm afraid that he's going to turn into a Logan. I need Lincoln
Yes.
happy. I need him to have love. I need him to have that he deserves, you guys. So
Yeah.
like I feel like Lincoln's my secondary character that I just need to know that he gets his happy.
Yeah.
Court's gonna get it with her, and Ash, I know Ash will find it somewhere. I love Ash. I love, and I think some of my love for Ash comes from book two, but I
Yeah,
like
I love Ash
him.
too.
He
He's
was very
great.
protective of his friends, but he's also
Hmm.
observant and paying attention to what's going on and making his own opinions than being
Oh
told.
yes, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about in book two. He really wins you over with book two, with the way that book one ends.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Um,
Okay.
I will say that this isn't a spoiler, but there is Bex. We'll just say Bex is getting a book that's coming out this fall. With I know one of the men who is a definite like love interest. I don't know if the second one is or not. So here's to hoping.
I hope we get a menage with that
That would
one.
be such a great
Yeah.
surprise.
Yeah.
Like I'd love that.
Yeah. So back to Ryan. I love him. And I love that once he finds out who Maddie is, he's like,
Hmm.
there for her and very protective of her. It's no longer
Yeah.
like we're here for show. Um, you know, like, I love, like, how they ease into, like, everything, like, just, like, their physical relationship, losing her
Yeah.
virginity, like, all that. I love that. Like, it just went really well.
It's a good
And then
relationship development for
gosh, so we're
sure.
going really fast on this because I'm like, okay, like, let's talk about the proposal. So then he, like, for reals,
Mhm.
gets a different ring, right? Because she doesn't like the fake engagement ring. Like, it's not fake, but she feels like it's just not her, it's not them, it's too flashy. So he gets her a new engagement ring that's more, you know, her. And he,
Mhm.
like, in her room before this engagement party announcement thing, proposes to her, and she's like, yes, you know, and they're like, we love each other, and like they're actually going to get married because they like each other. And then their engagement party happens, and her sister, like, what the is wrong with her? Like, you know, so
Mhm.
the video comes out with her with the other fraternity brother at the engagement party, and Ryan doesn't believe Maddie. He
It's
doesn't
like, why?
believe her.
And that really does bug me because it's like, dude, you know how her sister was. You know, like, it's a deep fake. Like, how could you not know
Yeah.
that this is obviously
He has
and oh,
damage though. He has damage
sweater.
from
There
her.
was that because there was the leaving of the sweater, like that the brother had come into the room and like left the sweater and like set it up. But you would think like you should believe so he does need to have groveling and redemption to
He
do.
does.
And
He
all I
does
will say
need
is
it.
I still love the character. I will say that. And I love the ups and downs and the thrills and the crazy turns that this book takes. So it keeps you on your toes.
It does
And it
keep
is a
you
good
on your toes.
relationship.
Yeah.
But geez, that part was really
It
infuriating.
killed me because I knew something was, you know, from the prologue. And I almost wish I
Yeah.
didn't read the prologue because the whole time I'm reading this, I'm like, who's the person who hits her? Who's this person? What's this
Mm.
scene? And so I kind of wish I didn't have that because it made me suspicious of like everybody for a while there.
Mhm.
And, but like, what, like with Ryan though, even though when it was happening, I was like, I understand his reaction because look at Madeline, the other
And
twin,
what he
and
was put
what
through.
she
Mhm.
did to him. He's gonna
Yeah.
have trust issues, and him and Maddie were only together for a little bit, you know, like they didn't have really a chance to like date and get to know each other more
Mhm.
to really get that. Now, again, I question sometimes her actions because she never told him what happened. How like, oh, I forgot to lock your door today, but I came
Yeah.
right back. Like there's certain things that like that is a quick text like, hey, like I know you're really worried about this, and she knows how like this world is kind of, so like why didn't she just go like so and so cornered me, everything. Even that I get though because she didn't want like a issue, but she's like,
She didn't want him going off,
yeah,
she's
but like,
scared of
hey,
him
I forgot to lock your
fighting.
door, but I came right back and did it. I was only gone for like 2 minutes, but just so you know,
Mhm.
like I don't know, like and that's again college student and like adult, right? Like
Yeah.
there's that. So, but with him, I'm like, he does have those trust issues that he needed to work through, but it killed me. It absolutely,
Yeah.
I felt
Disgust
so
ya.
bad for her. And then for the dad, I was just like, I can't, I would, oh,
Yeah, he's terrible. But I just will say for people that maybe have only read book 1 that don't worry, book 2 gets a lot better, and it doesn't last long, and there's a lot of groveling.
yes,
So,
yes,
yeah.
it does. It was good. I'm halfway through book 2 and
Mhm.
it does get better. Um,
But yeah,
yeah. Anyways, it's
I'd
a good
highly
read.
definitely I keep recommending the
Mhm.
series. I definitely recommend it. It's a good one.
And I like to play the title, like Mad World, because it's like their two names, and it is like literally a mad world. It is
It is
insane.
yeah,
And
it is a
yeah,
mad world
yeah.
for sure.
Anyways, okay. Thank you everyone for listening. We'll see
Yeah,
you next time on the book over. Bye.
bye.